question is, if you kept going back to it, is that the sign of a good game to keep you coming back, or the sign of you just being a crazy person and not knowing when to throw the towel in?
We're just going all in this episode.
I think we should probably talk about that.
I'll bleep it.
But
I'll totally. That'll be our first episode with a bleep.
Bleep. Excellent. I like bleeps. All right. All right. Let's get this train started again.
Yeah. Season 1, episode 7.
When does season 2 start?
I don't know.
Usually seasons are...
Well, seasons for TV shows are
episodes?
about 24 episodes for TV shows.
All right. So somewhere around episode 25, we'll start season 2. I don't think podcasts have seasons, but that's okay.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying
we have
season.
4 seasons in a year. Eh?
All right.
Okay,
We'll
so-
figure
So
that out
every
when the time
13
comes.
weeks, so 13 episodes is a season?
You know, like Disney Channel seasons
Because
last
there's
for
52
like 45 episodes.
52 weeks
How
in a
did you
series.
math that so quickly?
He's very smart.
I'm real good at math.
Oh,
Plus, that's
It
not-
was my strongest subject that I did not pursue in any way at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously not.
I finished calculus early in
take
high
pictures.
school, and then I just never had to
Finished
do.
calculus in high school?
Yeah, and I never had to touch math again because I already had my credit for college.
My high school didn't
done,
even offer
so
calculus.
I didn't have to do it.
I ended with consumer math because I was so bad at it.
What does
which
that mean?
It mainly means that I'm able to go to the grocery store and count. That's what I can do. Even though
One
as I got
broccoli,
older,
2 broccoli,
Yeah,
3
yeah,
broccoli.
yeah.
See, calculus was real cool because you would get this graph and you'd have this cool curve, and then you could visualize rotating it along the axis, creating a 3-dimensional object, and find the volume of how much water you could fit in it.
Yeah, that
real
sounds real cool.
that's relevant to my gig.
It was real fun.
You can
I
take
talk.
your waveforms. And
Yeah,
they
you could. Yeah, all your waveforms, you could figure out how much 3-dimensional volume those had.
How much
Here's a
3-dimensional
fun little weekend
volume
project.
that Adam has.
Huh.
Yeah.
Volume
I
because
get it.
they're
'Cause
audio
I'm
waves.
fat. Gotcha.
They're audio waves because they're loud, measured in decibels.
wow.
Get
They're
it?
waves.
Volume because it's
Yes.
a measurement of sound as well as.
Mhm.
This is the worst podcast ever.
Seriously, it's
Ever.
so good. I'm riveted.
Did you play any video games, Adam?
Did I play or do I play?
Did you?
Is
I'm like, 'cause
Missouri
that's-
a
we do
video
this-
game?
Yeah, we do this. You
Yeah.
you have in the past, at least. Yeah.
I should have, when I was in Missouri for Christmas last week, I should have played video games because there's nothing else to do. Literally. I mean, I did go to an arcade, like a
Hey.
legit arcade for the first time since I was probably
14, you could go to one in every single mall in the United States.
basically. But it was one of those where you win tickets and you can spend that $50 you spend on those tickets to get a 30-cent prize.
Yeah.
But that was fun. I got to hang out with my nieces and nephews and played like the Jurassic Park game and
Yeah.
stuff like that in the
So
arcade.
kind
That
of
was
like
fun.
GameWorks.
Yeah, kind of like
We
that.
should take a GameWorks like field trip someday.
Oh,
I've never been.
Oh,
what?
it's
It's fun.
it's fun. It's fun, and it's not super expensive. Like
No.
$20, and you can play for
Yeah, you can play
3
for a
hours.
while.
That's fun. Perfect.
That would be good.
Field trip. We'll go to.
Oh, you know what I am playing? Actually, oddly enough, because I had plenty of time in Missouri and on an airplane, Chrono Cross.
Oh,
Or
nice.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah,
Sure.
because I purchased it when it was on sale a while ago on the Android store, and I was flipping through because I was so freaking bored. And I'm like, oh, I bought Chrono Trigger, so I'll play that. And I'm farther than I've ever been in the game because I know how RPGs
How's it
actually
play?
work now.
Pretty well.
It's all right. The control, moving around the screen's a little janky.
Yeah.
And selecting the enemies that you want to attack, that can be a little trip you up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that I figured out how the button presses on the screen work, it's going a lot better.
Literally, that exact thing is the reason I'm so excited for the Switch, because I want to be able to take those things with me. I want them on a big screen, but I don't ever want to have to use my fingers.
Yep.
That's
I
gonna be
kind of
great.
want to see about those little attachments that you can clip onto your
Yeah.
phone to see if they're any good.
But well, I think the game has to actually support them.
yeah, I know.
So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's something that is widely supported. But yeah,
At
I
that
bought
point,
Final
I'm just gonna
Fantasy.
play it on my 3DS.
Right. Yeah. I bought Final Fantasy 6 on my tablet, so I haven't played it yet. But
Right.
it went on sale. Like it's normally like 14 or 15, and it's like just a little bit too far out of reach for nostalgia. But I think it
Right.
went on for 7 or 8. And I'm like, Al.
Yeah, if it's under $10 and it's a nostalgia thing, I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
That's why I've got, even though I've never later finished them, like 3 Final Fantasy games, the Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana,
Mono, yeah.
Mana, whatever.
Whatever.
That one I actually did beat back in
Yeah.
the day. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
I played it back in the Super Nintendo, but Yeah.
So that's what I'm currently not really doing much.
Right.
Of.
Yeah. This Christmas was not good for video games. I wanted it to be, but same thing. I was in Utah. The only thing I had to play games on was my Mac, and those aren't notoriously great for gaming machines. It's a MacBook Air too, so it's not even like like a real Mac. So yeah, I haven't played anything. It's a fake Mac. The one exception was though that I put together. I got for Christmas. I got the SD card I needed and the controllers I needed to put together a RetroPie.
Yeah. How did that go?
It was nothing but a pain last year. So I got the Raspberry Pi last Christmas, and I'm like, oh, no problem. You can just use it with an Xbox controller. You can use it with PlayStation controller. I never could get it to work. Got these really, I mean, they were cheap. They were like $11 a piece, $12 a piece. Like Super Nintendo-ish controllers off of eBay.
Like USB.
Yeah, USB. They are straight from Japan. Like all the instructions are Japanese, but whatever. I plugged them straight into. I reformed. I got a new SD card because I'd taken my old RetroPie SD card and put it in my tablet. Got a new one. Dropped the newest version of RetroPie on it, plugged in the controllers, and it just worked. It's 100% out of the box, done. And so last night I did play a little bit of Contra, the original NES Contra.
Oh wow!
And it is insane how much muscle memory I still have for that game. Like, oh, that guy's going to be there. That guy's going to be there. And I'm not as good at it as I used to be, just because it's weird playing with those controllers and whatever. But it's insane that the first 3 or 4 levels of that game, I just know where to run. I know where to shoot. I know, oh, here you need to shoot up because there's a guy right up there that I can't see yet, or I need to jump a little higher to trigger that guy. So that was fun. I played with my kid. We put in the Konami code, and it's hilarious to watch him play it because it's so different. He ran through 30 guys in a level and a half. He's like, okay, Dad, when are you going to be dead? I'm like, well, I've only died twice. So. But he played a bunch of Atari 2600 games too. And he's like, why is this
You can load that on there?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, the RetroPie supports probably 30 different systems up through the Nintendo 64. I think actually if you put it on a PC, you can play PS1 games on it.
Yeah, I know because there's emulators even for Android and iOS.
Yeah, but it'll play. It plays everything. So yeah. So he played a bunch of Atari 2600 games and was just baffled. Why is he's playing
because is that a video game or just a block moving across the screen?
It's pretty much a block moving across. We were playing. My wife said that her brother's favorite game was Grand Prix on the Atari 2600. So we loaded up Grand Prix. And he's like I think that these cars have a hole where the driver is, Dad, because you can see right through it. I'm like, well, no, it's just the same color as the ground. It's not necessarily seeing through to the ground. I'm like, they kind of had a limited amount of stuff they could
color
work
palette
with.
to work with.
Yeah. So, and then he's driving, and all of a sudden, this big blue block comes out of nowhere. He's like, "That what's that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think it's a tunnel." He's like, "Why is there a big blue tunnel in the middle of things?" I'm like, "Just the way it works." So, I don't know. I also got a game capture thing, so I can plug an HDMI into it and then an HDMI out, and I'll be able to actually capture literally any video source. So I think I'll make some Atari 2600 videos of my kids screwing around on them. It's cool though. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
And you could get a side by side, get a camera on him and record the video game and
exactly him going, what? Why?
That's a wall.
I mean, the reality though is it's pretty much the same thing for me with NES or Super Nintendo games. I'm just so bad at them now. So, but it was fun. I'll bring it in. We'll try it out.
That'll be fun.
Definitely. Did you actually play anything, Dylan?
I did play some stuffs, and a lot of. I think sometimes I consider playing looking for good deals. I think that should be also considered playing time.
What did you buy?
It's all on the cart. Well, PlayStation had their flash sale.
Man.
Which was pretty awesome, and I got the Walking Dead Telltale games as part of the Undead Survival bundle for $13 instead of whatever price it would have been, but it was 60% off.
Is that all the seasons so far, or
season 1, season 2, the little expansion they did that's on the one character that's actually from the show, and then it also includes 7 Days to Die.
Oh wow!
So you're getting
a lot of games.
Full games for $13. I'm like, that's a deal.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, and each one of those games, I mean, each season's
about
5 or
20,
6 games.
And you get 5 episodes.
Yeah,
per,
so it's 10 hours, 12 hours.
It's 3.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're getting a lot of game. And
that's cool.
I'm playing Walking Dead season 1. Obviously, I'm going to do them in order.
Right.
And I enjoy it. It is. I mean, again, it's not as much. We can have the is it a game or not discussion.
Right.
It's more an interactive story, but it's a game.
Right.
It's totally a game. You can choose to just not do things or do things. So, and that kind of changes how the story plays out. But it's a lot of fun. So I'm curious to try the other games that aren't The Walking Dead, because I wasn't really a Walking Dead fan. I might be interested to actually watch it now. I don't know. But the story's interesting, so maybe. And then I found out there's so many other Telltale games that I didn't really even know.
Tales from the Borderlands.
Original ones, Tales from the Borderlands, which is on sale currently on the PS Store. If you have PS Plus, it's like $4.50.
I should probably do that.
I think I have it on Steam.
What don't you have?
$4.50. Try it if you like Borderlands, especially.
I love Borderlands.
Those games are interesting. So, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because I'm a big fan of games that aren't games, but for some reason those haven't really quite caught
like the
me
Borderlands
yet.
the shooter games.
No. I mean, I'm a big fan of like the idea of games that aren't necessarily games,
right.
But for some reason the Telltale stuff's never really grabbed me.
Yeah, it took me a while, but now that I've played it, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, one of my favorite games of all time is Heavy Rain.
Sure.
So
I've not played that ever.
And it's more of a game than these are.
Yeah.
There's a lot more interactivity and moving your character around and finding clues. I mean, it feels more like a survival horror mixed with just you're in the middle of a movie.
Well,
but
I've always really liked adventure games. Like I really like point and clicky adventure games, which is that's kind of what Telltale started out doing, because a lot of their original stuff was like the reboot of Sam and Max, and that was more of a classic LucasArts style adventure game. And then they kind of got into this thing where they're now it's really more just like get here and hit this for this and this for this. I don't know. They always seemed like they could be a really fun party game though. Like especially I'm really shocked that Telltale has never figured out a way to like connect a bunch of phones up to it so you could all just get to a point that everyone would get to choose which one they did, and like the majority wins would be kind of
that would be kind of interesting. Yeah,
I played Minecraft Story with my kid. And I'm like, okay, hey, choose X, and he's like, no, B. I'm like,
right. Yeah, it's kind of
that was the wrong choice. Obviously, it's like, no, it's not B.
And you have to you do have to make some of the choices.
Yeah.
In a certain amount of time.
Right.
But I also, when you finish an episode, it shows how the rest of the world
that's cool.
And how you chose. So you chose with 50. A lot of them are real. I mean,
50-50.
If there's two choices, it's pretty close. It's usually like a 52-48 split, but you'll see if you were in the minority or the majority of making those choices.
Compared finish the season at some point.
Right. I'm almost done with the second one, but
I'll be interested. They're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy next year.
I think that would be fun. Again,
love that movie.
Now, did Telltale did they do the Batman VR?
They just did
they do the Arkham VR one?
No,
but they do have a Batman.
There is a Batman series.
There's a Batman one, but I didn't know if they did the Arkham VR one.
That's by the people that did the Arkham.
The last episode is coming out soon.
It just came out,
or just
episode
came out.
5
So
just came out.
That whole thing is done
as well, and I've heard it's kind of a roller coaster of good and okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to check it out because I do love Batman. So.
Apparently, it's not quite the Batman story you're used to either, which is nice. Like Batman's one of those
refreshing. Then
it's one of those things that how many times do I have to watch?
Yeah, if I have to make the choice at the beginning of the story to
do I save my
run
parents
and
or do
cry
I
in the corner and become Batman?
Oh God, that'd be amazing. Save your parents or don't. You're like save them and the game just ends.
Right.
You just grow up as a normal rich kid.
You grow up to be Donald Trump.
Right? Ba-doom-ching.
That'd be terrible.
But
what else do you?
Back to the Future. They have
Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
I also own that.
Jurassic Park was one of the first ones that I heard wasn't very as good. They might not just had figured out the formula yet. But I also was playing a lot of Hotline Miami 2.
Nice.
Which I'm a huge fan of those. It's a very hard game. It's like super 80s with the bright turquoise pink colors and like the best soundtrack like ever in a game. Like up there with Doom and stuff, like just for awesomeness. If you're a big fan of Drive, the movie, this game is very much like that, like glitz.
That was that Ryan Gosling movie, right?
Yeah, with like a synthy soundtrack and just brutal violence. It's real hard. Like if you get shot, you die, or if you get hit with a knife or anything, you die. It's like everybody dies with one shot or hit. So it's really about quickly moving through your environments. You're usually clearing rooms, so like you have a whole floor plan, and you're quickly moving around and shooting everybody, or slicing them, or knocking them over and beating their face in with a bat. But it's kind of like retro-y in the fact that it's top down,
right?
And kind of 8-bit looking. But it's really pretty.
It was originally made in the Game Maker engine, which is like a very like point and clicky way to make a video game. Yeah.
And it's definitely gonna be easier if you play with a mouse and keyboard, but playing with a controller, you'll get the hang of it and be able to successfully not tear your tear your own head off.
I don't have much hair left
because it is a hard game.
I'm watching the trailer for it right now. But
it's real fun.
What?
But talk about even harder games. I picked up Bloodborne for like $8 during, I think, week 2 or 3 of the PlayStation Holiday Sale.
That's been one that's been on my radar, but I haven't played just because of the difficulty.
So I probably played it for 2 hours, and it's real dumb.
Now, is it dumb because it's so hard, or is it just...
it's unreasonably hard for absolutely no reason. I'm saying no reason a lot to be redundant, because there's absolutely no reason that it should be that hard.
Yeah.
I'm not even past the first... I don't even know what to call it, because I haven't seen any of the other game to compare, like, oh, this was an act, or this was a segment. And I know this is a big game, but I'm not a big fan of, like, standing too close to a bad guy and he squishes you and you start over. Like, that's real silly to me. And especially when the combat isn't really fluid and doesn't feel good. It's a little slow and clunky. So getting punished because I didn't roll properly, because like I'm working with this camera angle and I'm rolling and I was still in his hitbox and he squished me, or he like, you're fighting him and then you like back up. I'm like, I'm gonna step back, and then he like all of a sudden does this lunge attack that you've never seen him do before, and he squishes you and you're like, you're dead. I'm like, okay.
How far back do you go every time you die?
To the beginning.
Oh,
not the beginning, but I'm literally at the beginning of the game.
You go back to the beginning. Yeah.
You're not. There's nowhere for you to go back to because you're still there.
I haven't really got into the story much. Yeah. Not that there's probably going to be a very good story beneath this, but so at first you go through this section and you die on purpose, like it's part of the story, and it sends you to this other place that you're able to get an item that allows you to kind of like go back into the real world and continue. And that's part of the story. So dying is a part of the story. So that's really dumb. Because it's like, oh, we have an excuse to brutally maim you all the time.
Over and over and over again.
And it's part of the story. But it's like, and you can heal yourself with blood vials by like sticking this little syringe in your leg and like healing up, right? So if you collect blood vials and then use them to heal up and think you're going to pass this part and then die, now you're out of blood vials. Yeah. So now you may as well just not use them until you collect enough to proceed far enough to wherever. I don't even know where the next checkpoint is.
Is it like in a 3D kind of? Is it a 3D world?
It's really pretty. Like you're in this really cool like witch hunty looking place. Everyone's got like pitchforks and torches and they're like chasing up stairs, which, as I mentioned, stairs, that was one of my biggest pet peeves. There's this section at the beginning, and I come up the stairs, and people are stabbing me through, like, up, not only up, but through, like, this railing of this staircase. Like, I am like, a tier above them and on the other side of what is a barricade, and I'm still getting attacked. And then you die, like, you die so quickly, so you're just like, that doesn't work in a game that's supposed to be this.
This sounds like the exact opposite of a game I want to play, and it's kind of why I've always shied away from Bloodborne and the Dark Souls games. I hear people talk about them and talk about just how brutal they are and how much you die, and it's a game that I'm sure I would have loved if it had existed when I was like 15 and had, days to play video games. Nowadays, like I played, and this is a completely different kind of game. And now I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I was playing this game, RPG game, and I'd been playing, hadn't died, and I realized I hadn't saved in like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
And I'm like, it's 15 minutes, and I literally have never picked up that game again. It's dumb.
It's been so long you can't remember.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I'm like, but at the time I was like, I don't want to play the last 15 minutes over again.
Yeah.
And that's the point I've gotten to in my gaming life, where if you know, and there are games that aren't like that. Like I love Super Meat Boy. Like and that game yeah, it's a game about dying over and over and over again. But it's okay because like it seems logical and it seems like you're getting better. It's all contained on a single screen, so at least I'm never gonna have to replay 15 minutes of stuff. I might have to play the same 30 seconds over and over and over and over and over and over again. But I'm just not.
And I don't know if something's not clicking for me, but I felt like I have to walk down this long hallway, kill 3 guys, walk down. Like I memorized exactly what I do. I kill 3 guys. I go around here. I kill this big guy who probably squishes me 3 times, and then I finally kill him. And then I walk over here and lure these guys up the stairs, so I kind of funnel them in and kill them one by one so they can't really hit me. And then I run over here and lure all these archers away with like throwing pebbles, and then I kill them, and there's this whole like band of hillbillies around this fireplace, and I kill all of them, and then I walk over here and I'm like sneaking up on this guy, and then I kill him, but I made too much noise, and then I look up and a troll squishes me. I'm like, who is this troll? Where? And I know it was a troll that was knocking on this door that I feel like there was some secret there that I couldn't figure out because he was like behind this door and all those people around that fire were like on the other side. So if you could somehow open that door, you could like let the troll just brutally kill all of them. And I thought that's what the game was telling me to do. I could not figure out a way to do that. So I don't.
So in short, you love this game.
I think it's real dumb.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the praise is. Like a game should not be that hard. There's no reason to have to die.
Did you buy it digital or did you buy it digital? Yeah.
Yeah. I $8 on that.
That was a shame. I was hoping you actually had a disc because I really want to play this for like 15 minutes.
I wish I could. Yeah, just let everyone just have an opinion, but because I've heard so much good about it, but I don't want to grind and die.
It's just not what I'm about anymore.
Like,
it's really not. And I've been in even just personally like in a very like I don't want to play those games like Doom. Doom should have been a game that I was all over, and I'm just like I'm just not into it right now. Like I'm so into just like for the last month, just kind of slow, environmental, platformy. I don't know. Just I kind of fade in and out of that. We'll see. I just bought a ton of role playing games though, so maybe we'll get back into that.
You're about to get hardcore again.
It's all right. It's all good.
I feel kind of bad because Kevin, like I said, got me that PS4 Pro like 2 months ago. And right as we were starting the podcast, I'm like, I'm going to get into PC games now. And I've been playing way more on my new PC than I have on that PS4 Pro. And it sucks because that's one with the big giant screen.
You know the awesome thing?
What's that?
I have a PS4 now.
Yes, you can finally
talk about it. It's been literally
a secret
It's been living in my garage for like 2 months, and I would say, I don't know, once an episode, I'm like, oh, and then on my PS4, oh, we got to cut that.
Yeah.
My kid was getting it for Christmas, and he listens to this podcast, and it's been an ongoing problem. But I have one now, and I've got all sorts of games.
What's your kid's name?
Carter.
Wow.
So I've got a brother named Colby, and I switch up their names constantly. Could you mark that?
Oh, that's Stan.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's Stan. So Carter. I've known about your PS4 for months, bro.
Right. The funny thing is so he's in this play at school, and like I love him doing this kind of stuff, but it's such a pain because, you know, it's like he's at school all the time. We've got to volunteer. They asked me to record it last year. It's just this pain. And so when it came up, I'm like, dude, if you don't be in the play, I will give you a PS4 right now. He's like, no, I want to do it. And I'm like, all right, man, you're lost.
Wow.
And he thought he was calling my bluff. I had one in the garage. He could have had it that second.
When your parents bribe you, dude, go for it.
Right?
Just take them up on it because do it. Yeah, just do it.
I started out with a cash offer and moved very quickly up to a PlayStation Pro.
What? Wait, did you get the Pro?
Yeah, I got a Pro. Yeah. I figured if you're gonna buy one, you may as well. It's got the bigger hard drive. It's got. I have a 4K TV, so why not?
Perfect.
So yeah,
sweet. We shall have to play games now.
Yes, we can all play Rocket League together now.
Yes, Rocket League.
That's the thing I'm most excited about.
If you guys had the Division,
I don't, but I could.
It's fun.
Perfect.
And it's because you can have 5 people on a team. That's fun.
Nice.
I really like Destiny. You said you didn't like that. Right?
No, I think I do. I have it on the PC, or I'm sorry, on the Xbox, and it always looked like it could be a lot of fun, but I never had anyone to play with. It's real dumb by yourself.
Let's not play Destiny.
Well, you don't have to come to our club. It's fine.
Let's play like Borderlands or something.
Oh, yeah. I got Borderlands. I've got the Borderlands games. They're fun.
Borderlands is $15. The Handsome Collection is $15 at GameStop right now.
Yeah, and it was $17 on the PlayStation Store when I bought it.
Might have to do that.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
Because that's
I played the first one.
that's
loved
a
it.
real fun co-op game.
Oh, and the first one is probably one of the weaker ones of the whole series.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like storytelling, it just gets better and better.
I don't
Nice.
think you play it for the story, but
I play it for the
Right,
awesome
but I mean,
guns.
like the acting, the acting and the way they tell the story. It just gets better.
love the loots in that game. Like I love the
it's
drops.
good.
I love the just crazy stupid weapons you end up with. it's a fun and it's gorgeous. Like I love the cell shaded.
It's really
it's
pretty.
fun.
Real pretty.
Cool. Should we talk about news since we didn't play any video games, but still managed to talk about them for 45
do
minutes?
it.
Good.
yeah, that's a lot of time to spend about not playing games, but it's good.
So, Assassin's Creed movie.
I was gonna go see it, but the
wanna see
line
it.
was atrocious, and by the time we got through the line, that movie had already started playing.
I saw that it had an 8% rotten on
which is probably that's arguably one of
Metacritic?
the worst
Or on,
movies on Rotten Tomatoes.
on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like,
Really?
maybe not.
Yeah, it was a total bust.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because there's been a lot of reviews out about it that say it's the best video game adaptation.
Really?
That there is. That's not
true,
saying
but
much.
that only means that everything else had a 6.
Yeah. So it's not saying much when you compare it to things like, Prince of Persia and all that other stuff. Tomb Raider, I will hold those up because
Those are
I
good
thought
movies.
the Tomb Raider
Yeah,
movies
they're
were a
fun.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
So they were just based off a video game.
I like the
not
dude from Red Dwarf too. So
Red Dwarf.
he plays Laura Croft's like butler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the guy. I don't know Red
Yeah.
Dwarf.
Oh, it's good. It's real good. It's English comedy space.
But why don't these adaptations work?
Ugh.
I think
There's not a strong story there to begin with, and I think Assassin's Creed probably has one of the stronger stories of a video game, or at least strongest base for a story.
I don't know. I think it's partly that, but I think also part of it is that these games so often these movies so often become those movies that are kind of like made by committee. You look at like it has, the screenplay is by 17 people, and they're getting enough money to do it, but then they're falling back on a lot of visual effects.
Right.
But at the same time, I think too, like saying that they're bad across the board is probably from a stereotypical like above ground standpoint probably true, but man, people love some of them. Like the Warcraft movie came out and people said, oh my god, it's awful. Same thing, terrible reviews.
Yeah, but the people who played the game or are into that loved it.
Just a lot
Kevin
of people really
loved
loved it. Yeah, and I have not seen it. It's been on my to see list for a long time because I remember seeing the trailers and thinking like, oh my god, that could be really, really, really good.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like people aren't going to the Tomb Raider games for the story. They're not going to Assassin's Creed for the story. Assassin's Creed's beautiful, and the type of game that it is and the way that it's executed
It's
tends
fun.
to be pretty good. It's fun.
Yeah,
so they're not going for these stories. So
Yeah.
trying to extrapolate a story that people want to see out of these things that already have
hard.
a pretty non-existent
It's really
story.
hard.
I mean, give it a chance, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, at least the actors and actresses, the cast of Assassin's Creed
It was good. Yeah.
is stellar.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, and I mean, I think too when you compare current video game movies to video game movies from 15 or 20 years ago, like they're so much better now. As someone who saw Street Fighter the movie in the theater,
Oh God. I saw the Mario Brothers movie in the theater.
right?
Great.
It was
It's terrible.
terrible.
I think the saddest thing in the world is that Raul Julia's last movie was Street Fighter the movie. Like,
Oh,
that's,
it was, wasn't it? Oh,
So compared to that, compared to Mario, compared to some of those just bad The Wiz. Do you guys remember The Wiz?
Is that the other?
It's with Fred Savage. It was like a Nintendo.
oh, yeah.
he has to
I'm
go,
sitting
like-
here going, the Donna.
No,
I'm like,
maybe
The Wiz?
Yeah, no, the other Wiz.
The other
Yeah. I'm like,
Too many wizards.
I think that's what it's called. I
move
think.
on down the road.
Yeah, no,
No, not that one.
Yeah, where Fred Savage has to go play like in a video game,
With the power
video
glove.
game with the
Yeah,
power
with the
glove.
power
Yeah,
glove.
I don't know this.
No, you were not born. I guarantee you.
You
that
weren't
were
even
not
a
born.
twinkle in your daddy's eye.
No. But I mean, compared to those, like those are bad movies.
Though, yeah.
So is the
They were
current crop
cashing in
great?
on the console craze of the 80s and
Yeah,
90s. Like, everybody needs a video game, and this is what it's going to be like, and it's nothing
But I
like
think
that.
the other problem really is that people want to take AAA games and make them into movies because they think it's going to become a AAA movie. And I
Right.
don't think that works. They're talking right now about making Firewatch into a movie, and
Even though it already kind of is its
but
own
like that
interactive
could
movie.
work. Like these kind of almost more interactive fiction things. Maybe that's where we need to go. They already have good writing. You take like book adaptations, I think, kind of a lot of them used to not be great, but they've gotten better and better and better. And maybe that's the secret, is take a video game that already has a really strong story, not, man goes and rescues princess. And, like Mario's never going to make a good movie because there's no plot to it. There's or you have to invent so much plot that you've got to get a really good screenwriter to try and make that happen.
And is that just not what they're doing? They're not, because we can write incredibly good video games. Why can't we?
Yeah,
but you play, even a game with a really, really good plot. When you really think about it, I mean, how many lines of dialogue does something like Skyrim have? A bajillion.
Right.
That's still, do you remember what that's about? I mean, when was the last video game that you... What's the last video game you remember that you played a year ago that you can go like, oh, I remember that plot, or I remember the good, lines of dialogue from that? Like, they happen, but not really. And it's not like a movie. And so I think a lot of it's just the writing.
Well, I'm thinking more along the lines of Uncharted or Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Where those are just
Isn't Grand Theft Auto, aren't they doing a Grand Theft Auto movie?
I wouldn't be shocked.
I know I've heard talk
But
about
again, I think, the plot of Grand Theft Auto is good, but so much of what is good about Grand Theft Auto
is all the side stuff and just running around.
Yeah, except these last two games have been exceptional in the story department, having character development.
I think they've got exceptional story
stories.
for a video game, but not. Trying to take that into a movie. Could you make a really good Grand Theft Auto movie? Hell yes.
Yeah.
With a good
Fast and
writer.
Furious.
Yeah, exactly. But and the Fast and Furious is a very entertaining movie, but is it like a terrific movie?
Right.
Those are two different things too. Yeah. So I think that they could happen, but I'm just not.
Well, then it kind of makes you wonder too. It's like, so if they can't make a good or a good movie off of a video game, and it's always been so difficult, it's kind of the same way when you flip it around. Like, how many good video games have come from a movie, other than a handful of like Disney, Super Nintendo adaptations?
And even those, I think, are more nostalgia than they are.
I've never played that.
Which one?
I heard the Warriors was actually good though.
Oh no, yeah,
yeah.
Who was I? Were we talking about that
just
today?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's great. The Punisher game that they had made, which is kind of, I don't know if that came out right after they had done the Punisher movie, but it's also based on the Punisher.
Yeah.
But that's great.
They're pretty rare though. And I kind of also wonder how many of those are kind of a nostalgia kind of thing too, where, I love that movie, like the game. Actually, no, I'm sorry, and maybe this is not quite right, but the Harry Potter Lego games were real good.
So okay,
like that seems real dumb, but those are a lot of fun. Same with the Star Wars ones; those are a lot of fun. Yeah.
So now, but when it comes to the Lego games, isn't it basically kind of the same game
over and over again,
just with different places, characters and stuff?
Yeah.
So
if you've played one, you've really played all of them, but they're fun.
So if you make a solid game that you can skin with a different set of characters in a different world, it's basically the same kind of game, just different environments.
And I think
if you find a winning formula that works, go for it.
It's a hard question to answer why good video games make bad movies, but I think it's a pretty easy answer most of the time. Why do good movies make bad video games? And I think it's just the rush to development, the rush to get them done in time to come out with the movie. They've got to launch almost day and date, or they just don't matter. So I think
the games sometimes fall flat too, as they try to follow the story of the movie too closely instead of taking creative direction and doing something in that world.
Yep. I think, and when they do, I think they're often better. But I think a lot of places are realizing they don't work too. Like Disney, who has historically made a lot of video game
and
based
pretty
on
good
movies,
stuff too.
Yeah, has stopped. They've stopped 100% making. They owned development companies, Avalanche Studios in Utah, and they just closed it.
Oh wow.
So
are they gonna, now that they own the Star Wars and Lucasfilm stuff? I'd imagine they're gonna keep going.
No, they've licensed that all out. So EA has the license now.
Okay.
Yeah. So and that's what they said they're going to do, is they're going to instead of building them in house, if they do them at all, they will be built through third-party licensing.
Sweet.
So yeah. And EA so far has been doing, I guess all they've really done so far is Battlefront, but that was I thought it was a lot of fun. So
it's only going to go up from there. I think it's a great start to a new Battlefront.
God.
It's good.
I bought it when it was on sale on PlayStation. It's just sitting there.
It's a shame that doesn't have cross-platform, because we could. I own it, you own it, but such is life. But
Why can't I buy a game and have it on all my systems?
Oh God. You can now with it's called I think UWP. But if you buy first party Microsoft games, they'll also play. You can also get a version on your Xbox, and the saves even transfer.
Yeah.
What?
But you have to buy them through like the Windows Store, and they like oftentimes won't play multiplayer with the Steam versions of them, and like there's a lot of reasons not to do it, but
Really?
I'll just buy 2 copies of the game if it's that good.
Is
Right.
the Steam
That sounds like a
version
headache.
are Steam
Different.
versions of games different than like if you were to go buy it at a GameStop, or if you were to buy it through the Windows Store? Like depending on the store you buy it from, it does.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's
So
kinda stupid.
UWP it stands for Universal Windows Platform,
Right.
and it's almost like a container that they wrap their games in. And so those versions are very, very different than the Steam version. They don't allow like mods to work on them. They're built in this very like, and it's just Windows trying to kind of protect their own, and it like I said, there's some really cool features of it, like this, not cross-play, but you buy it here, it works on Xbox there, your games transfer, all that kind of jazz. But there's some negatives too.
Yeah.
So I want Windows. I want Microsoft to figure that out.
Yeah.
I want them to make cool games, and I being a big Xbox fan, I want them to work on my PC too, but they just need to.
Right.
They've had so many failed Windows initiatives that
And
it'd be just nice for one of them
Give
to
up
get
the
it right.
ghost.
Right.
Just
I
let it
really
go.
don't like that I can buy games in so many different places too. Like I buy it on Steam, on the App Store, or just some external.
Or you have to buy it
and
through
then
Origins, or you have to buy it through
Yeah. So I
Uplay, or
just
if you
I
have
just
to
learned
buy
about Origins
Please,
today.
why
Yeah.
am I? Why?
Yeah.
Why can't they all just be the same thing? It's the
Yeah.
same game.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
such a headache to keep track of all that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure that Bill Gates is listening to this podcast right now.
He lives real close here. Let's go visit.
I
him.
know. So he's
Just
taking
knock him.
what we say to
Hey,
heart.
Bill. And he's like, I don't really work for Microsoft anymore. I'm
Right.
just on the board. I'm like, oh,
Bill,
I know that he's got a house on Mercer Island.
see,
So
Bill,
it's all good.
Bill.
Anywho.
Bill.
yeah. So that would be
To,
lovely.
speaking of Steam,
Yeah.
have you guys checked out the Steam Awards yet?
No.
I've looked, but
They-
again, I'm not
I've
the
been
biggest Steam connoisseur as others are.
I
think I am just. I'm starting to become, just because everything's there and it's always like there's
And it's
always
always on
something I
sale.
want on sale.
right.
So I'm like, okay.
And I
That
don't
should
know
be
if you know the
Steam's
secret yet.
slogan.
But like the thing you need to do is anytime you see a game, just go, oh, this looks cool, and add it to your wish list.
Okay.
Because then as soon as it's in your wish list, if it goes on sale, regardless if it's a winter sale or if it's just like a hey, this game went on sale, they send you an email. Or a text message, or however and so you go like, oh, the last like week of me has just been a constant barrage of like, hey, this game's on sale, hey, this game's on sale, hey, this game's on sale. I'm like, okay,
You're like, fine, I got the hint.
yeah,
Nice.
I only bought 6, I think. No,
I've got more than that in my cart right now.
I bought 7. But I felt good. I spent $68 and I got $150 worth of games.
That's
so.
that's not bad.
That's
not
good.
bad. So anyway, the Steam Awards are like Steam's answer to Game Awards, but they're wacky. It's not Game of the Year. It's not Best Platformer of the Year.
It's almost like the MTV Movie Awards
It is,
of
yeah.
Game Awards.
Yeah, and so we first got turned on to this by a guy who listens to us, Sean.
Sean Bills,
Yeah,
Yay, Sean.
shout
you're
out.
out there.
We like you. Anyway, he said we should talk about it, and I agree. So the Steam Awards right now, so they nominations were during the fall sale, I believe. And now you can vote every day on a different category through, I think, the end of the year, and then they're going to announce the winners. But the categories are amazing. So category 1 is I'm not crying, there's something in my eye. Category 2 is villain most in need of a hug,
Aw.
which I nominated Portal 2 for. I think that's
Oh, yeah.
appropriate.
Wait, Portal 2. That was the dude. That was the male robot.
Oh, you're right. So I actually went Portal 1.
Yeah.
GLaDOS, yeah.
She was great.
Either way,
God, those
Portal 2
games
is a
are good.
finalist, so
Okay. Really?
it's all good. I thought this game was cool before it won an award, of which Euro Truck Simulator 2 is a finalist. The Test of Time Award, the Just 5 More Minutes Award, of which I can't believe Civ 6, I guess, is nominated for that.
But
will not win.
Rocket League is right.
Oh, it is. Ooh. A game in Rocket League is 5 minutes, too. I'm just going to
Just 5
say.
more minutes.
How many more 5 minutes do you play?
A lot. The Whoa Dude Award.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, dude.
I like how these don't come with a lot of explanation.
No, none at all. I love it. And then the game within a game award. And then best use of a farm animal.
Which Goat Simulator is up for, which
Goat
I
Simulator
heard is real bad.
It's real bad. I hate Goat Simulator. It's so awful. There is a game called Blood and Bacon nominated
I keep
for
seeing
that.
that popping up, and it's on sale right now on Steam.
It's a multiplayer, up to 6-person survival horror first-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that Blood and Bacon figure into that, but I'm willing to find out.
It's a zombie fight on a pig farm.
See, I really like pigs.
Yeah, they're real cute. He had a
They're
pet pig,
tasty.
so we can't kill
Oh,
him.
they're so good.
Do you eat bacon?
I do, but
Aw.
but not Arnold.
Not what?
Not Arnold.
Not Arnold.
His name was Arnold. He lived to be 15 and a half.
Oh, that's the saddest thing ever. I never had a pet pig, but
I've
I
had him
don't
since
eat bacon.
birth. The first 15 and a half years of my life, he was my best friend.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I had a
Lived
pet
good
duck
life.
when I was a kid. Does that count?
Yes.
Her name was Max.
It counts as having a pet duck.
My dad used to have a goat that would sit in his lap and watch TV with him.
Oh,
So
that's-
we've all had
this is real weird.
We've all had
Yeah.
weird pets.
He had a cow. We had a horse. He had the cow. We had 2 goats.
Don't
we
have a
had
cow, man.
we had a turkin. It was a turkey chicken thing. I'm not even lying. It's a real thing. Not even lying. And then we
Unless
had a
they
rooster.
told you it was a real thing.
No,
and
no,
you've
no,
got
no.
to believe
Seriously,
it
I mean, I was young and stupid at one point. But yeah, no. And so I saw my dad last week. His next pet that he wants is a skunk.
Veto.
I guess
They
as long
make
as you
really
have them
good pets.
distinct,
Veto.
you're good.
Ugh,
They
Yeah.
are pretty cute.
They're kinda
if you
cute, though.
de-stink them.
you people.
I want a raccoon. I want a raccoon real bad. I mean, I know they're wild animals, but oh my god, they're so cute. Their little
Like
hands.
wild, crazy disease.
Trash pandas. They're great. Love them. The 4 community write-in categories were Boom Boom, Love Hate Relationship, which Super Meat Boy makes perfect sense for, and Dark Souls
Dark
3.
Souls is on there,
Yeah.
which I understand now.
Sit Back and Relax, which Abzu is one. I'm a
Okay.
huge fan of Abzu. And then Better with Friends, which, let's see if I played it. Oh, Golf with Friends is in there. Golf with
What
Friends is a
was
real
that?
fun
Mother
game.
Trucker?
Cluster Truck.
Cluster
Cluster Truck. Mother
Yeah.
Trucker. Cluster.
Yeah, Cluster Truck's a
same
great
thing.
couch co-op game. Like, it's single player, but it's great past the controller kind of game. So these are just fun, and I'm very excited to see who's going to win. Like, almost more so than regular award shows, because, like, you know, it's pretty easy to pick. Well, I mean, maybe it's not easy to pick what your best RPG is, but when you have to, like, really think about what would I even nominate for this and then see who wins, I think it's going to be fun. So
Yeah, it looks fun, and this is the first year they're doing this, right?
yeah.
So this is if
Yep.
this goes well, they'll keep doing it.
So are all those games from this year though?
No,
No.
and this is it's not.
It's
Just pick your poisons.
Yeah,
So
which
yeah,
is
no.
fun.
Do you think they'll do like different categories each year instead of like?
I'm sure.
I'm sure they will.
Because they're
It'll
so-
get
they're kinda
bigger
so
and better every
specific.
year.
Yeah.
But you can vote every day too, and
For
when
a different category, you get.
and your votes get you Steam
Trading
trading
cards.
cards, which I'm not. Again, I'm
Yeah,
not
what are
a
the
Steam
trading cards?
person,
You know,
so
I have a
don't-
ton of them, and apparently, like, if you're real into this, you can actually figure out ways to make money from those. But I've never figured that out because you can sell them. You get them for buying and playing games. So they're almost like an achievement. But I've never, like, I have a bunch of them. And I've never
Because I
figured
got
out
a
what to do
bunch
with
when
them.
I was playing Dust, and then I got a few more as I was going through my queue.
Yeah.
Like the recommended queue or whatever, you get them for going that. You get 2 a day.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what they're for, but I have a lot of them. Undertale, by the way, is the game I was talking about earlier that I died and didn't have my save. It's up for it. I'm not crying. There's something in my eye.
Oh.
So fun game. Kind of a old school, like real old school NES RPG.
Okay.
But
Cool.
it's also one of those games where you can play multiple times through and either do a playthrough where you don't kill anything and you'll get a completely different story than if you actually kill things. So it's fun. All right, what else do we have here? I'm gone off the map here. Oh, Mario Run. We're going to talk about Mario Run just a little bit more because
touch on this because it's an insightful
it's
piece
a
of
hit.
information.
yeah. So that's
a hit.
actually the question though. Okay, so Mario Run has been downloaded roughly 50 million times, probably more by now. They announced 50 a little while ago. But and that's from Nintendo. Nintendo tweeting out, "Hey, we passed the 50 million download mark.
And
Here's
then
some
they-
free
yeah.
crap."
Which is what, like 10 tickets to the Toad Rally thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I stopped caring.
I don't care.
But according to not them, because they haven't released any sales data yet, which I think is rather telling. But according to people that keep track of this stuff, they've sold about $20 million worth of Mario Run, which is about 2 million copies, right? So that's about a 4% conversion rate from what people have downloaded to what people have bought. So that's interesting for two reasons. First reason I would say is if they've only made $20 million, I bet you they are still in the negative on this game.
You think?
Think about, I mean, first of all, the cost. Like I was looking earlier, they said that like the development budget for Angry Birds was $140 million. But they made $200 million off of it. So I don't
$140 million for Angry Birds.
One of them, I don't know which one. So, but that for a AAA game, I mean, that's a lot of development, it's a lot of testing, it's a lot of art assets, a lot, so this game easily could have cost them a couple $1 million to make, right?
Right.
Plus, of that $20 million,
the marketing,
30% off the top goes straight to the Apple store. So Apple made $6 million. So now you're down to them
14.
making $10 or $12 million, depending on how much this cost, when you put the marketing push, and that marketing was everywhere. I mean, they were everywhere. So have they actually made any money on Mario yet? Like, if they have, it's not much. It's not much at all.
So where are the numbers coming from on what they've made?
Various websites that track those kind of things. There's a bunch of just analytic teams that that keep tracking, and it's not going to be 100% accurate, but it's going to be it's probably $20 million give or take. Even if you say 20%, that's still in the mid 20s. So they're right on the edge. But the interesting thing is, and I wish I'd written it down, I did not. But one of those tracking places did a little bit of kind of, we'll say, fake number crunching, and took the number that they've sold. They estimate it at 20 million. And then based on analytics from other games that they've tracked, Pokemon Go and other games that are like Mario, they extrapolated that if they'd priced it at $2 instead of 10, they would have made $40 million by now.
Oh, wow.
And I mean,
so do you
is
think
that right? Is that true? Who knows? But
how long do you think it's going to be before we see a drop in the price on it?
I bet you it goes on sale. If it were me, I would have put it on sale before Christmas. But I don't know. I mean,
well, it'll be interesting because the Alto's Adventure, when that came out on iOS, that was
$4.
Was it $4? Okay, it was $4. When it came out on Android, 100% free.
Yeah.
No in-app purchases, nothing.
Yep.
So, and granted, it took them almost a year for it to make it over to Android.
Yeah.
I want to say,
and that's free on Windows 10 now too. So
okay, so it'll be.
It'll be interesting to see what they
kind
do.
of pricing it's going to be when it pops on Android.
I wouldn't be shocked at all if they release it on Android for four or five, and then drop the iOS price at least for a while to match that.
Right.
But I mean, like, that's a big, I don't want to say failure, because I mean, obviously they've sold a bunch of them. That's great. And I mean, more power to them. I'm not, even though it was not a game I particularly enjoyed, I'm not saying good or bad, but I mean, I just don't think they did it right. One of the articles I read today was saying, it probably would have made way more sense for them to put a lot more levels in the game and release a bigger free portion.
Yeah.
Or do it free with some microtransactions, and then you could pay $10 to just unlock all of it. It's, I don't know. I just don't, I hear people that say they've really enjoyed it, but I've also heard a lot of people who are like, really, why? And I think that 4% seems like a really low conversion rate from not paid, 100% not paid to paid.
Right.
So
do they have conversion rates for things like, I guess not.
I'm sure they do,
really.
and I didn't look into it.
Right.
But that seems low. That seems real low. I mean, I guess the thing is, I mean, did you guys ever pay $1 for Angry Birds?
No.
Really?
No.
I guess you're on an Android, though. Like, I've paid $1 for Angry Birds. I don't even know how many times.
I've done it for Candy Crush.
Yeah, Candy Crush. Or
I was really good about, like, getting notifications for, like, free apps of the week and stuff. So all that stuff I've got.
Yeah, but I mean, I paid $1 for Angry Birds. I probably paid $1 for Angry Birds 2. I paid $1 for Angry Birds Star Wars. I paid $1 for that one where you drove pigs in weird contraptions. I mean, it was just...
It wasn't like...
Angry Piggies. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, Piggies. Yeah,
but those games were...
Which I never understood that game. I tried to figure it out, and I'm like,
it's fidgety on anything but like an iPad. But it's fun, It just seems like that... it just doesn't seem like they did the right thing. They came into a market they didn't understand and made weird, poor decisions. But I guess we'll see. There's right. There's
Nintendo haters.
No, and the thing is I'm not. I'm a huge Nintendo fan.
Always behind everything that they do.
This makes me sad. And it makes me worried. You look at their missteps in the last 2 months. They put out this NES Mini that they could have sold a bajillion of them, and they made, a couple 100,000 of them.
Right.
They put out Mario at kind of a absurd price point that didn't really work. So I'm crossing all my different fingers and toes and everything that the Switch is just.
They're just gonna give it away for free.
That it has a good price point
awesome.
and that they make enough of them and that it's as good as it looks in their commercials. 'Cause I'm super, super, super excited.
I mean,
about
it's one thing to create create the demand for it, or create a manufactured shortage to help build buzz, but not so much to where it goes
you just
from
can't even get one.
Right. Yeah. When it goes from us going, gosh, that means I've got to get to this store this time, to us going, well, forget it. I'm just going to wait 6 months until I know they're there.
To literally that I was trying to buy an NES Mini for the last 30 days and without sleeping out in the cold. I went to Best Buy because Best Buy got some on the 20th and got there about 40 minutes before they opened, and there was just, they'd already given all the tickets. But there were people in line. There was probably 50 people in line, and the people at the front of the line had been there since 9 o'clock the night before. And it's
for an NES
for
Mini.
an NES Mini, and I mean it's not freezing cold here in Seattle, but I mean it dipped probably into the 30s that night.
It was cold enough that week.
That's a problem.
At some point, you just got to be like, I'm going to go to that retro video game place at Crossroads, and I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to buy an actual Nintendo and the cartridges and the games and spend $30 extra just to have the
I'll
real.
Just dust mine
real
off
thing.
and plug it in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, we're going to talk.
That Tickle Me Elmo.
We're going to talk some cheap free games.
I like cheap and free.
I do
free
too.
games?
And this month's pretty good, to be honest. So again, cheap, free, and if you already have Xbox Gold and PlayStation Plus, which if you don't, you should.
Just do it.
Right? So Xbox this month, we've got, interestingly enough, I think this month's Xbox 360 backwards compatible games are better than the Xbox One games. World of Van Helsing Death Trap for Xbox One, Killer Instinct 2 or Killer Instinct Season 2 Ultra Edition,
Which is great if you're into fighting games.
Yeah, and I'm
these are great fighting games. It's just unless you have enough time to dedicate to learning a fighting game.
So last night when I booted up my RetroPie, I played Mortal Kombat with my kid for a second, and oh my god,
the
original Mortal Kombat one. That game is so janky. And then I got in there, finish him. I'm like, I don't know how anymore.
So weird.
He's punch him. I'm like, oh man, I wanted to rip his spine out, and it was disappointing.
See
How are
the
you supposed
X-ray
to just
cracks?
know that?
Yeah, I've forgotten everything I knew about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, how did people back in the day? How did kids in the arcade be like, "Oh, I'm going to finish him"? And know how to do.
I
there
knew
was no internet
so
to look
many-
it up. There were no.
I guess I got him out of gaming magazines. I used to know a ton of finishing moves. I mean, in Street Fighter, I knew all of the different moves. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There, I ripped his head off.
I don't remember, but yeah, I got to think Nintendo Power. I guess
That
I
was
don't
a
know.
great magazine.
Yeah,
It
right.
was.
But I knew all of them. But then the 360 games this month are The Cave, which I think I already own on the 360, so that wasn't a big thing for me. But it's real fun. But then Rayman Origins, which is so good. If you've not played,
I love all the
I've
Rayman.
played
Right.
Legends, but I haven't.
if you haven't played Origins or
so I'm
Legends,
excited.
they're both very similar. But God, they are both to me. Origins and Legends are some of the best platformers that have come out in probably the last.
I think that's what we keep coming
10
back
years.
to when
They're
discussing
so
all these
good.
platformers and Mario, and just do it like Rayman
They're
does.
so fast and they're so fun, and they're super fun multiplayer too. That you can actually, it's a platform you can play with 2 players. If one of you dies, you just get popped into that little bubble that Mario stole, and then you can pop the other guy. It makes for some kind of cool strategy too, where if you're trying to get somewhere, you can just leave one person there, and then the other person can keep getting bubbled and bubbled and bubbled until you can get through it. So that's fun. And then on the PlayStation Plus this month, for PS4 and Vita, we've got Day of the Tentacle Remastered, and I am so damn
What is
excited.
this?
Day of the
what is
Tentacle
that?
is probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's a sequel to Maniac Mansion, which is another game you probably don't know. They're both early 90s computer games, but this has been remastered. So Day of the Tentacle is I believe originally a Tim Schafer LucasArts game.
I think that's right.
And it's a point and click adventure game, but the story's so fun. Everything about it is awesome. And the remastered version is graphically gorgeous. It was one of the very first computer games I got when I got my PC in like 94. And me and my brother spent so much time playing it. It's just absolutely, like golden age of LucasArts point and click adventure games. They did some just amazing work in the like early to late 90s. And this is so good. I bought it. The only kind of sucky thing is I actually bought it on the PC maybe a month and a half ago, but I still haven't played it yet. So I'm actually kind of glad to get it on the PS4 and be able to play it on a big screen. So that's exciting.
Cool.
And then past that, we've got The Swindle on PS4, Vita, and PS3. So that one plays on everything.
Right.
Totally unfamiliar with it. This War of Mine, The Little Ones.
I've always been curious about this game.
Yeah, me too. I own it, I think, on Xbox and PC, and I've not played it. It looks really interesting, though. I think it's supposed to have a very strong story.
Yeah, and some of the reviews that I read about it, it's one of those where it's such a heavy story. And like the stuff that you deal with and you do in this, it's so heavy. Like some people have a hard time wanting to go back to it.
Yep.
But the little ones, they throw in the element of children.
Ugh.
So it's like it's supposed to be even more.
We took a game and made it worse.
Yeah,
but no, I've heard it's fantastic though. Just that one of those.
It's beautiful to look at. What I've seen,
the graphics are absolutely gorgeous. And then also on PS4 and Vita, like this is a great month for PS4 and Vita owners. PS4 people,
welcome to the club,
right? Are getting Titan Souls, and then Vita is getting Asken 2, and the PS3 is getting Blaze Rush. And so I'm not super familiar with these yet, but when we get them, we'll give them all a try and kind of let you know what's good and what's not. But such a strong month just for the couple that I am familiar with. I'm very excited about. So
yeah.
It's good stuff.
There needs to be an extra 3 days in the week so I can play video games.
Jesus, right? Like
one day for video games at least. One full day. Like all.
I would like 2 to 3, please. Stop trying to screw me out of this, Dylan.
Start small, aim small, miss small. Remember?
So
no, I know what else happens when you aim small. I can't say it though.
My Steam game library,
oh no,
which I have not
600?
I have not redeemed everything yet, is at 474 now. So I need 7 days. I need a week on and a week off. Yeah. I need to be like an oil rig
Let's
worker.
Let's talk to our GM about, hey, since we're doing this, can we actually get some R&D time on this? That'd be nice.
Do you care if I play video games on my lunch? Is that okay?
Oh, I don't think anybody cares.
Well,
about
that's
that.
because you have your own little private office that isn't a fishbowl.
Yeah, that's true.
So. But I don't think we have any small bites for this week.
I'm playing Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I'm playing
on the phone.
KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic on that, but I haven't gotten far enough into it. It was $3 the other day if you can still get it for that.
What in the hell is KOTOR?
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic.
KOTOR,
the Star Wars game.
Yeah, no, I know it's a Star Wars game when you say Knights of the Old Republic. I've just never heard it referred to as KOTOR.
I picked it up for $3 and it's super fun on the iPad, but I haven't
iPad.
gotten really far enough into it to really say definitively anything yet. And I picked up Final Fantasy VI and again haven't actually played it yet.
Imagine playing that on a...
It works really well. It works really, really well.
What, Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah.
KOTOR, is it?
KOTOR, yeah, and KOTOR 2.
I own those because I bought the Star Wars Humble Bundle.
Oh, sure.
A year and a half ago. And
they control they control shockingly well.
On the
it's
phone?
just all finger. It's not like, it doesn't give you like a fake joystick or anything stupid like that.
Good.
It's all just kind of point and clicky, and you just kind of almost like Diablo, move them around, kind of point where you want them to go. Works real well.
Yeah, I guess it probably don't have to be super accurate either.
Right. As long as you're hitting the general vicinity.
Yeah, but and like I said, I'm maybe a half hour into it. So as I play more, that will.
Is that the one that starts off where you're the guy in the barrack in the starship thing?
Yeah,
and the guy comes, he's like, "Follow me, I'm going to show you this."
Yeah, and it the acting and the dialogue's a little stilted. But I mean, those games are, I don't even know how old.
Yeah. Well, I remember watching my ex play it on the
Xbox,
360.
so.
Yeah. So they're. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know when those came out.
Was it on the original Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Let's see. Knights of the Old Republic was released.
What, 02? 04?
03. So yeah, I mean, you're talking 12 or 13 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So like, the systems aren't as bad as they could be.
True.
So,
True.
But
Absolutely.
enjoying that so far. So
Cool.
we'll.
Alto's Adventure is 99 cents on the Apple App Store. So if you haven't tried it
You
yet,
should get it.
Abzu is also on sale this week, like 70% off. That's real worth it.
Is that on? Wait, is that
on Steam? I believe.
Oh yeah, because I've got it in my shopping cart on there.
You
and
should
I think
you should pull the trigger
$6.
on that. It's.
Oh, I'm going to. So what I'm doing is instead of making, because the last sale, I made drunken purchases over the course of like 4 days.
So you make one really drunken purchase.
Well,
now.
I'm not getting drunk this time.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to BC Friday night.
Nice.
So I'm going to make sure that I have found everything that I want and bought it, and I'm not taking my laptop with me, and I'm uninstalling the app off my phone so I don't make any stupid purchases.
That's a lot of effort to stop yourself from buying things.
But you would think that going to Canada would be enough because, international, blah, blah, blah. Well, unfortunately / fortunately, with the plan I've got on Verizon, I get free data and everything's included. So I'm going to have connectivity whether I want it or not.
The first time I went to Canada, I completely forgot about that. We got across the border and like my phone's like, hey, you can't use me anymore. I'm like, but how do I find anything now?
Right.
We like have to drive up like next to Starbucks, like log into their Wi-Fi and like, okay, so here's where I am now. We need to get over to that way to that next Starbucks.
It's like we're buying a map.
It was real crazy.
What's a map?
Right. It was.
I know if I got one on my phone.
So what? I'll tell you the 7 that I bought. What do you have in your list right now? Or should I start?
You start. You
okay,
go.
so I bought Kingdoms of Amalur, Reckoning. I bought Feist. I bought Pillars of Eternity, which is supposed to be just a great like Baldur's Gate style role playing game. I'm real excited about that. I got Kentucky Route Zero, the season pass, so that has all of them. I don't think that one's actually done yet, but that's another kind of point and clicky adventure-y game that's supposed to be real good, have a real great story. I bought Hyper Light Drifter, which I'm super excited about because that game looks freaking gorgeous.
I think I'm gonna.
Oh god, the soundtrack for it's really good too. And I bought Headlander, which is a new one that was put out by Double Fine real recently that looks really fun as well. And then I got kind of the interactive story Virginia, which I've heard great things about as well.
And I just have to say, when I saw you post that picture earlier on the podcast webpage, I'm going to say it, I thought it said vagina. I really did.
It's a different game.
That's Virginia,
That's a little more than $6. Anyway.
All right, moving on. So yeah, okay.
What do you have?
So I have Castlevania Lord of Shadows Ultimate Edition. Seasons After Fall. Have you seen that?
I have not.
So Seasons After Fall, you play as a fox.
Oh, I have seen that. That looks super fun.
It's really interesting looking. So I'm really excited about that. And all of these are like pushing 50% off or more.
Yeah.
Abzu I've got in there. A game called Salt and Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an RPG kind of thing. It's like a 2D. Somebody said that it's like
was it not?
Dark Souls.
Oh.
It's like a 2D Dark Souls.
Sure.
So it's kind of got that aesthetic to it. Soma.
Yes.
Which I don't know anything about.
It's the kind of sequel-ish. I don't know if it's a sequel to, but it's made by the same people that made Amnesia Dark Descent, which scared the living crap out of me. And it's set underwater, so that's even worse.
This is your worst nightmare.
Salt and Sanctuary looks gorgeous.
Yeah. Mark of the Ninja Special Edition.
Nice.
Which is kind of a stealthy, bounce around, chop people up kind of deal.
Yep.
I had Mad Max in there. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I've read a lot of great things about it. I was not a fan of the movie. Thought it was stupid. Thought it was dumb. Real dumb. But whatever. I kind of want to love it. So Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, the game's so good.
It looks
it's
really
so pretty, and it's so sad. It starts out so sad. Kind of up. But it gets better from there. God, it's pretty, though.
Thanks for the gosh.
I know.
Somebody going to die like right away?
Real fast.
Perfect. Can't wait. So I've got a game in here that I'm kind of on the fence about. It's 75% off, but it's called Dex. And it is according to its description, like a steampunk cyber RPG kind of thing.
It looks
and
really
it's a 2D
fun.
side-scroller RPG.
It looks real fun. It reminds me
It's a 2D open world game, too.
It reminds me of a game that I have completely forgot the name of, which is making this real hard.
Wait, didn't you? You were talking about this earlier.
I did. Shadow Complex reminds me,
okay, yeah.
Graphically, it reminds me a lot of Shadow Complex.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it looks really pretty. And I don't know if that's relevant, but it looks real pretty. And I mean, what is it? A couple bucks?
It's $5.
Yeah, $5.
75% off. I've also got Castle Crashers in there because it's only $3 and I've never played it.
Castle Crashers is so good.
My niece and nephew play it.
Yeah,
So,
I own it on the Xbox, and then I got it free on the Xbox One when they upgraded it, and it's so fun. I beat it, I think 3 times in one weekend one time because like I beat it, and then me and my brother beat it, and then my friend came over, and all 3 of us beat it because you can play it 4 players at once, and it's a
Should
kick.
do it a 4th time now.
I know, right?
Right.
It's just a hack and slash beat 'em up. You get magic.
that'll be fun.
And it's
I want to do it.
cute. The game's so
beat
cute
'em up with
and
magic.
weird.
That's all I want.
Right?
Well, and like you level up. It's got like a little bit of RPG to it, so you get like you can every couple levels you get better magic or better defense or more health. And so if you level up your magic, like by the end of the game, you've got these awesome giant magic effects. But it's super cartoony too. Like the Behemoth, they're one of my very favorite developers. They make such fun stuff.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah. And I've also got Outlast.
Nice. Yeah.
And that's 75%
We got that
off.
for free last week last month on the Xbox.
But all of those games, my total right now in my shopping cart is $79.25.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
So
You have
it's
about $21 left to spend.
roughly.
Yeah.
But that's everything is averaging well below $10 a game.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I looked at it originally. I'm like, if I bought everything on sale, it would be $146. I'm like, that's a little much. And so I got $70 in gift cards. I got like $50 from my brother and sister, or my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and I got another $20 from my brother. I'm like, okay, I'll cap myself at the $70 then. And so I put everything that was I think more than like 40% off in my cart, and which unfortunately meant I didn't get Owlboy, even though I really wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But
that one I keep going around.
I really
with.
want it, and I totally think it's worth $20.
Really?
I think it's probably worth $25. It's probably worth full price. I've heard nothing but great things about it. But at the same time, like knowing how many games I have and that I can wait that one out, it'll still be great. It's a pixel adventure, so
Right,
it's like it's not going to get uglier as time goes on. So that'll get in there eventually. But yeah, I put everything that was 40, and then there was like 2 party games. I had one of the Jack Pack games in there, and then I had Overcooked in there. I was like, both those are ones that I'm gonna have to play with someone, so I'll get single player stuff for now. So it's good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Super fun.
Right.
Are you buying anything on Steam right now, or are you just kind of...
No, because I really don't. That is not where I play my
Yeah, he only has a
games.
Mac, so
Ew.
yeah, it makes it hard.
But I've been having a lot
Who
of fun
has
on the
a Mac?
PlayStation
Well,
Store trying
there's one right here.
to grow a small library of PlayStation games. And they've had a lot of good deals.
That is another thing I'm going to do tomorrow. Our Dylan and I, as well. I mean, she is a coworker of all of us, but we share an office. Our graphic designer Erica got Dylan and I both GameStop gift cards for Christmas.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, yeah. So I'm going to go. You bought.
I got the Handsome Collection.
You got the Handsome Collection. And I'm
on
going
sale
to
for $15 at GameStop right now.
Yes, and I'm going to go buy The Last of Us remastered.
Oh, nice.
maybe
Yeah,
tomorrow.
That's a
I
good.
got that one.
You haven't played that yet.
I've not.
That's
That was one of the games
a
that I
good
tried
game.
on that PlayStation Now
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I only got through like the first. I got through like the first half hour, so
Yeah.
I get past
Stuff.
the part.
I can't. It's been.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited. My brother has literally been telling me that I need to play that game. I mean, he bought it for me on the PS3. He's like, you need to play this. I'm like, okay, I will.
And
And
then you
then,
never did.
I lost the cord to my PS3 when I moved. And so,
You
like,
mean the same kind of cord that plugs in every single computer?
it's not though. Like, it's a double one. So
Is it?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I thought it was the 3.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh.
honestly looks like the same kind that you used to plug like boombox stereos in with. It's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
double, like the kind of figure 8 style one.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's
and then I
different.
finally bought a new one. I'm like, yeah, I'll totally play that, and then didn't. So maybe I'll trade in my copy of The Last of Us at GameStop, and I'll get a couple bucks off.
There you
It'll
go.
cover tax. It'll be perfect.
Do it.
So, yeah. So that's maybe tomorrow we'll drive over to Issaquah and get some GameStop.
I can't wait
goodness
for you to
going on.
discover the rabbit hole that is the PlayStation Store.
It's
It's insane.
Yeah, it's gonna
You'll
be
start
good.
going, and you won't stop.
It's fun. It's really well. The cool thing is because I got PlayStation Plus. Like I bought as soon as I bought it, I bought PlayStation Plus, and so my kid opened up a brand new PlayStation with like, I don't know, 10, 15 games on it. It was
Right.
nice. It's very
Nicely
different
done.
than when. That's why I told him last night when we booted up the Raspberry or the RetroPie. Is that when I got my NES, I had 3 games. Yeah, we bought. I mean, I guess 4 if you count Duck Hunt as a game.
Yeah,
You know, I got the Mario Duck Hunt
It's an
cart.
experience.
I got
Yeah.
Contra and I got Iron Tank, and those were the 3 games I had for the next 6 months.
Yep.
You know, like maybe
and
you
it
go
took
to.
about that long to beat those games.
Right. Oh yeah, if
Yeah.
you ever did, I don't think I ever beat Iron Tank. I beat Mario a bunch of times.
I beat Contra.
And I beat Contra a bunch of times. I was talking to my brother
It
last
took
night.
a
He
while.
beat Contra and died once. I know, right? That's what I said. I'm like, how? He's like, I had to
How
practice
do
a lot. I'm like, that's insanity. Like, I can't beat it without the Konami code. I just can't.
I can beat it without the Konami code.
I can't.
But-
9 guys? No.
Ugh,
Right?
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was very
Sweet.
impressed. So, anyway, I think that's us for this week.
Yeah, what do we got coming up this weekend? It's New Year's. Are you guys going anywhere, doing anything?
No, like I'm not sure the last time I actually stayed up until midnight on.
Stay up till midnight playing video games.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
You owe that to yourself.
I did not get to play Rocket League at all this weekend. Maybe I'll talk to my brother and we'll play Rocket League on New Year's. The reality is I'm just too old. Like if I'm sitting there watching a movie, like last year I think was the first year my kid wanted to stay up until midnight. And like
And you're
him and
all,
my
"Damn it,
wife
it's
were like
starting."
watching a movie and watching it, and I'm just like every like 20 minutes I'd fall asleep on the couch and like kind of like jolt awake.
I'm so over it. Like I don't care.
Why am I the oldest one in the room and I'm going to Vancouver, BC to party?
You're a partay animal.
You're an animal.
But
I don't partay.
I don't partay either.
So 2 years ago,
What are you doing on New Year's?
I'm gonna go drinking.
You're gonna go partay.
I'm going to a big.
Dylan doesn't drink. I don't drink much.
Oh,
Maybe that's the
yeah.
difference.
There it is. Okay, yeah.
2 years ago, work, they wanted me to go take pictures at Indulgence, the big party at the EMP. And I left at about 11. I was like, oh, screw this. I just drove home.
Yeah, you could take 1,000 pictures of that night for between 10 and 11, and it's gonna look like at any other point. Up until like 1:30 in the morning when it's just a bunch of ragged ratchet stuff walking around like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
this is real dull. I'm just not a New Year's kind of guy.
Yeah, that I'm good with.
I'm way more likely to like go to sleep early on New Year's so I can wake up early the next day because we'll have a day off and play video games.
The next day.
I know, right? It's real good. I'm excited. So, anyways, have fun in Canada though. You've never been?
I've never been.
Canada's so fun.
I mean, I've been to
real
Niagara
weird.
Falls.
oh, it's like
That's the weirdest part of Canada.
Well, yeah, it's
that's the New York
really
north
weird.
part of Canada.
It's really
yeah.
weird.
I
weird.
absolutely adore
There's
Vancouver.
fun
It's
What did you say?
There's fun houses
fun houses.
in Niagara Falls.
Haunted houses.
There's like fun houses, haunted houses.
They're haunted houses. There are haunted houses
There's
all over the place. There's one called Screamers.
It's real weird. And the Burger King has like a Frankenstein eating a burger on top of it. It's real weird.
It's okay.
Do you not
I don't remember that one.
I've never been to Niagara Falls. I think you're making this up.
No, and there's just that big T-Rex like just hanging out. It's real weird.
I remember that.
It's real weird.
I remember getting drunk at like 3 p.m, singing karaoke. I sang George Michael's Faith, Faith in front of like 300 people at some outside bar karaoke place in the middle of the afternoon, and I had backup dancers.
I'd rather
was real weird.
I'd rather see Adam sing Limp Bizkit's version of Faith.
That'll never happen.
Here's the Burger King in Niagara Falls.
Oh, that's amazing. Huh. Anyway.
Oh.
So I think that's for
look
us
at
this
that.
week. You can find us at bitemepodcast.com. That links out to our Facebooks and our Twitters and our YouTubes. I'm going to start doing some more video this week because I'll be home
We
and
really
can
need
record
to
things.
get a Snapchat going too.
I nominate Adam to be in charge of our Snapchat because
Snapchat,
I have
Instagram.
second that.
I have never snapped or chatted. So
Okay. Shit.
You're the
by next week, he will have a Snapchat for us.
Yep.
Excellent.
And now then I just have to make sure that when I go out with my friends that I'm logged into the proper Snapchat handle
I've just
before he
decided
starts sending
that
stuff
Adam
out.
should not be in
responsibility
charge of our
away from Adam.
Snapchat.
He just talked himself out of that. Get on those social medias. Tell
Anyway.
us about your holiday sales endeavors.
Yeah. What'd you
Tell us
buy?
what you bought.
Also, I will say that I have at least 3 Steam codes of games that I already own that I got on some Humble Bundle. That's the Yorgel Cast one that's this month. So I have 3 extras that I'm going to give away on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere. So follow us on the social
Not
media.
to his friends.
Yeah.
How about that?
I don't want his Yorgel Schnorr.
I got Torchlight 2. Torchlight 2 is real good.
I've got both of the torchlights.
Then we don't have to worry about it. So
Well,
I'm giving Torchlight 2 away to somebody else.
Schnorg.
It'll be good.
Oh, okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.